Hi, this is Bill with Net Golf League. I want to show you a new feature we put in to give you more control over how your handicap is calculated. We had some requests for this for more flexibility on controlling handicap calculations, and so we put this in recently. So I want to show you currently how this league has their handicap calculation set up. So I'm going to go to Options and to the Handicap Options and show you that for this particular league, we have some of the standards. Up here you can see no stroke control. This league's using the NGL differential table, which means that the lowest half of the last 20 scores will be used to calculate the current handicap index for a given golfer. And down here you can see a new field we added. Only consider scores after this date. This gives you flexibility to select a particular date from which it will start counting up these last 20 scores. So I'll show you how that would affect a particular golfer's handicap in a second. The second thing we added was maximum number of scores to consider in a handicap. So normally it would be 20 given the setting above, but you can change this now to whatever you would like. So I'm going to keep this the same. I want to go to Joe Golfer to show you currently how Joe Golfer's handicap index of 2.4 is calculated. So I go to that person's or that golfer's profile, and in there you can see a display handicap calculation, which is very handy to see exactly how Net Golf League is calculating your handicap index. You can see here that for 2007, 2006, and 2005, we've selected out 20 events, out of which the lowest differentials, the lowest 10 differentials were selected. You can see over here the rank and the score, or the differentials that the system's using to calculate the current handicap index and the ranking. And down below here, it actually shows the exact calculation that's used based on the handicap index formula and the different settings for the league. So currently it's 2.4 for this particular golfer. Now I want to go back up into the options to show you a couple things on how you can affect this calculation. First of all, I want to change the max number of scores from 20 to 10. I'm going to save that and go back to Joe Golfer to show you how this affects the calculation of Joe Golfer's handicap index. You can see now that instead of 20 scores or 20 events, we're looking only at 10 events, of which the system's picking out half of those, which would be 5. So 5 of 10, and using that to calculate the handicap index, which just happens to be the same as the last 20. So pretty consistent golfer. Lastly, I want to show you if I went in here and I changed, instead of the last, selecting from 20 to 10, I'm also going to add in a date here. So I'm going to say I don't want to consider any dates that come before June 1st, 2007. I'm going to go down here and save that. We're going to go back to Joe Golfer, and you can see already, you might have seen it already up here, his handicap index has changed from 2.4 to 2.9. If I go in here to display the calculation, you can see we're down to only 6 events now, and we're picking the last 3 of the, or the lowest 3 differentials from those 6. And you can see the calculation down here. So this is going to give you much more flexibility and control over which events you want to include in the calculation of your handicap. So that I hope that helps out and that you can use that functionality.